Okay, so last night Clay and I watched Penguins of Madagascar. And full disclaimer, full caveat, I feel like I have to say this before I say anything about the movie. I was paying attention to it, but I was also playing Fire Emblem at the same time. I think it was specifically I was doing Roy's Paralogue and Engage. So I was still listening to the jokes. I was still looking at one screen, but I was looking at another at the same time. So my investment level was not 100%. And I feel like that's something I probably need to make a full disclosure of before I say anything else, just to be fair. The next thing I will say, which is less about being fair and more about being honest, the Midworks parade continues. Because, man, it feels like everything since Madagascar 3 so far has just been varying degrees of solid to, like, okay, and then there was Peabody and Sherman, which I just hated. I feel like, with the exception of that movie, pretty much all of the others have something about them that I really like. Or if it's not like a consistent element, like for, like Rise of the Guardians, the animation is consistently great, the imagination is consistently great. You'll have something like The Croods, where I think it's consistently entertaining, it's fine, and then there's this one scene near the end that I think is great. And, the rest of the movie's kind of okay. This movie, I felt like it was consistently entertaining. I like the Penguins, and like this is a Penguins movie where they're just doing insane shit. The start of the movie, where it's like their little adventure to rescue the egg with the private, it's very sweet. I actually liked it quite a bit. And then after it's like, alright, Private, it's your birthday, so you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go invade Fort Knox. Specifically because it has a vending machine with like a piece of like some like cheese nibble, whatever the hell it is, like a Cheeto thing that's not being sold anywhere else. Like, that to me is really funny. I absolutely love that. And I feel like there's moments throughout the movie where whether it's just like the setups in general or the penguins themselves are really funny. There's also this recurring joke where the villain, who's an octopus named Dave, and the fact that Skipper can never remember his name, to me that's another joke that works. There's this recurring joke where he'll basically just name celebrities like Nick, cage them, or Hallie, bury them, and every time I just cringed. I was like, this joke isn't working for me, but okay. And then there's a part in the movie where it's just a rapid succession. I'm like, oh, this ain't working. I'm sorry. Can you not do this joke? And like the first time you see him, he's this human being. So like he's an octopus dressing up as a human. So immediately I'm just thinking of like Octodad. I think even some of the like his octopi minions just look like Octodad. But there's a part where it's like you first see him and like the way this human being is moving, I'm like, this is really cool and really creepy. And then he's like, oh, that's why. It's because he's actually an octopus. Like, got no bones and shit. But I kind of wish he had stayed human just because of how much creepier that seemed. Like, I loved that. But, I don't really have a lot to say about it. I think it's fine. I wasn't at any point in the movie like, dude, this is great. This is an all-time great DreamWorks movie. But I'm like, this is keeping it's keeping me entertained. It's keeping my attention, which is mostly directed at Fire Emblem at the moment. But like, I'm still enjoying it. Do I think it's anything great? Do I think it's anything to really write home about? No. But as I had said to Clay after the movie, it's like, but if the movie was on, I'd watch it. Like, if there were some people that, for whatever reason, like, hey, do you want to watch Penguins of Madagascar? I'd be like, you know what? I won't say no. It's a fun movie. It's a pleasant movie. I enjoyed my time with it. So, yeah, I mean, this is really short. This isn't even 5 minutes, but I don't really have anything else to say. It's my second favorite Madagascar movie. I don't like it as much as 3, but I think it's better than 1. I think it's better than 2. It's not as interesting as 1, because that whole arc of Alex realizing, like, oh wait, I'm a predator and I'm hungry is really interesting. I just don't think the movie is that great around it. This one I enjoyed a lot more. So, yeah, I'd give it probably like a B plus or so. It's fine.